Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eric Schmiel. Thank you for joining me for VEDA Day 3. I want to talk to you all about lectures, and that I don't really feel like I get too much out of them. Throughout college I would go to college lectures and never really feel like I was getting that much of my habitually skip them. I mean, I would try to show up, but I always felt like I learned much more from reading the books. I always learn more on my own. I just don't feel like I benefit much from teachers. And I bring this up because Richmond, Virginia is hosting the French Film Festival today, this weekend. It's this large international film festival. They got celebrities and, famous directors from the French film industry coming over, and they're all watching it at our historic Bird Theater, which is this gorgeous theater palace from the 20s. I made a video about it, you can look at somewhere else. Anyways, it's this huge event, and as part of that, it's mostly just non-stop French movies for like 3 days, but on Thursday they had a series of masterclass lectures about various aspects of the film industry, and it was free, so I hopped on that shit. I really enjoyed them. They only were able to offer about 4 of them, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. But the thing is, I don't know how much I really learned. See, I feel like to really learn a lot about a subject, you need to, immerse yourself in that subject for an extended period of time. That's why I feel like book learning is better for me than learning from a lecture, because a lecture is done in an hour, but that book, you're grappling with that topic for at least like 20 hours as you consume that thing. And yeah, you can go to a lecture, routinely for like 3 months like you do in college, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, the same kind of immersion. There's such a large gap between classes if you're doing it, once a week, right? But that being said, I haven't been the most habitual reader at times either. But I went to these lectures for a French Film Festival, and while they were fascinating, I don't really know how much I learned, really. There were some interesting points, some interesting things that were given, and I feel like I've gained greater insight and understanding about various aspects of the film industry, but I'm kind of hard-pressed to point out any one individual thing. One of them was this editor for this documentary. She opened up her editing program and she went like clip by clip throughout her film, or at least through 2 excerpts, and she explained why she made the editing choices she did. And that was really cool, just to watch someone who really knew what they're doing actually talk through their process. But once again, I don't know if I could write you an essay on what I just learned, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. That being said, I don't think lectures are useless. There's something about a lecture that elevates a topic, and I'd love to talk about this more, but it's far too complex for me to just talk off the cuff about it, I hate to say. But there's something about it that elevates it, right? You have this hall, it's almost like a church, right? This massive room that a lecture's done in. You got a stage and a podium, everyone focuses on the lecturer and on the topic they're presenting. Every aspect of the room is angled to focus towards them. The room itself curves to point at it, the seats curve to point at the speaker, and all to put all this focus on the topic at hand. And this can be useful because this kind of invented glory, which I think all kind of glory is invented to some degree, is it elevates things. It makes life greater than it is. It makes us feel it offers meaning to things, right? You take the void and pointlessness of life and you say, no, if there's nothing there inherently, we'll make something, we'll make meaning, right? And I feel like that's the act of glorification. I feel like glorification does that, right? It elevates human life, it elevates the things we do, it makes us better than we are, right? Putting things in museums, giving a lecture about it, giving titles to certain things, declaring some people throughout history as heroes and villains, all this, it's just this attempt to, medicate a kind of inherent, I don't think nihilism is quite the term, but I didn't want to get into all of that. Anyways, the point is, it can get you excited about the topic, and that's one thing the lectures did for me. I left that lecture feeling excited about film, being happy to be making film, being glad I'm involved in this somewhat, and I wanted to go out and I wanted to do a real film project. I wanted to make a big thing. I wanted to edit a documentary. It got me excited about this field, this industry. It made me happy to participate even in some small way, and it got me excited to work on it more, to make something bigger. So lectures are good for that. I do think it kind of falls into the sort of edutainment category, right? You know, you're not really building your education. It involves learning, but you don't really learn that much, but you feel like you're learning. So it's like fun-ish, right? It's light enough to just kind of like absorb passively and still feel like you're growing. I feel like, you know, NPR stories kind of fall into that category, crash course lectures. You know, that ever delves into the category big enough to really obtain this kind of greater understanding about the thing. But you still feel like you're learning, and it's fun, right? It gives you that sensation of growing. Anyways, thoughts on lectures, Fringe Film Festival, and all that jazz. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.